Oh freak, I need a snack before I start this because it's gonna be long. Hey, welcome back to my channel. I'm kind of excited, I'm a little bit nervous, and I kind of don't want to do this video, and I'm feeling all of those emotions at the same time. That's fine. If you have been subscribed to me or you follow me on Instagram, you probably know that I've been talking about doing this video for like a long time, and I'm finally doing it. So I actually filmed this video like weeks ago, spent hours editing it, and just hated it. I just didn't feel like it was right. I didn't like it. It's been a couple weeks and I'm here to try again. Alright, basically I'm gonna split this video into 4 different parts. The first section is gonna be my story. Yeah, you'll see what that is. The second part is going to be how I got back into consistently exercising and eating healthy-ish. The third section is going to be what I do and what I eat. And the fourth section is going to be how I stay motivated and keep going. Let's get started. I'll start out with my story. My name's Aubrey. I'm 22 years old. Basically, I've been like skinny pretty much my entire life. I was a very petite, small person growing up, and as a teenager, I don't know. I thought I was. Maybe I was more average than I was petite. I don't know. The point is I was small, okay? I didn't have to worry about anything. I did cheerleading for 10 years. I think I started in like the 2nd grade and did it up until my senior year of high school. Pretty much my whole life growing up, I was active. I just really didn't have to worry about exercising on my own because the sport provided that for me. My mother has been a personal fitness trainer and a aerobics like instructor. She teaches lots of different classes at gyms since I was probably, I don't even know when she started, like 20 plus years ago. I started going to her fitness classes when I was like 12 years old. So that was awesome. That was something that I'm super grateful for, especially nowadays, because she's a big inspiration to me with my health and fitness and stuff like that. Since graduating high school and going to college, it was really hard for me to transition into not having cheer anymore and not having my mom anymore in her classes and you know, those motivators, and I was on my own and it was my choice whether I wanted to work out or not and whether I wanted to eat good or not. Those 2 things have actually been really important to me throughout my whole life, and I am grateful that my mom instilled that desire in me. I still cared about it, but it was just hard. It was like a hard transition. I've been in college for like 4 years now. I have 2 more semesters left. I think working out just became less of a priority for me, and so did eating healthy. I just living my life and having fun. I think it was like my 3rd semester into college when I really started to notice that I had been like gaining weight. I still was like pretty good with working out and like eating fairly healthy and stuff because I cared about that stuff. It was just less and less consistent and less often. I'll put a picture here. This was like the first time I remember in my mind a memory of me like feeling bad about my body. I really didn't have a lot of body image problems growing up. I felt pretty confident in the way that I looked and felt and stuff. And it wasn't until like this semester that I showed you the picture of that I really remember feeling gross and not liking the way that my body felt and started kind of like having negative thoughts about myself. But that started to get really hard. It wasn't that consistent, like I just have the thoughts here and there. I think it started to get a lot harder mentally when I got married. So I've been married for almost 2 years now to this handsome hubby. Love him so much. Once I got married, I just like, I wouldn't say let go of myself because again, I still exercise, I still care about it, but it's just like the consistency. I just remember like the very first time that I even cried about the way that my body looked. I've only cried like a number of times, probably as many times as I can count on my hand, about my body. And I'm super grateful for that it hasn't been like this huge traumatizing like trial in my life, and that I was able to kind of get a grip on it before it got really bad. It was my husband and I's first wedding anniversary about a year ago almost. We went on a little trip and I just remember I brought a cute bikini that I had worn on our honeymoon like a year prior. I remember just looking in the mirror and being like, this does not fit the same. And I gained weight in my tummy and kind of in my face a little, and I didn't look bad. That's the thing, is it was just different for me. So I wasn't fat. I definitely gained some weight. I was a little overweight for my size, but I didn't look bad. I just felt bad. I just remember feeling horrible about how I looked, and I remember Jamin, my husband, being like before I even had expressed to him that I was feeling that way, I just remember him being like, wow, you look so cute. Not cute, he used the word hot. I just remember him like hyping me up and like loving that swimsuit on me and being really cute and stuff, and me just being like, he's lying. In my mind I'm like, no way, like I do not look sexy or cute or hot or any of those things that he's been telling me. I just remember that night when we were going to bed, sorry, I didn't think I was gonna cry. I just remember that night before we went to bed, I just started crying and he was confused. I just kind of expressed to him that I recently had been feeling just really sad about my body and like having a hard time, and I would say like, I know I'm not fat, but I just am struggling. I cannot like the way that I look, and just crying because it was really hard for me. And I think within the span of the next couple of months I would randomly have these little breakdowns about my body, and my husband's so sweet. Like I know that he thinks I'm beautiful, and I know that he doesn't care about that crap. I don't know, he's just very supportive of me and very sweet. I just remember those couple of months I just struggled really hard. I remember for like the first time just feeling really crappy about what I would eat and stuff, and I just remember indulging in stuff and just feeling like, you're disgusting, like why would you eat that, like you know that's not good for you kind of thing. And yeah, I could have been eating better, but I shouldn't have like shamed myself for it or felt guilty for it, because that's a choice that I made. There was just like a rough period of time probably about a year ago for me. I think I kind of like moved on from that. I hadn't really dedicated myself to exercising or eating a ton better, but I was like, it's okay. I like grouped myself together and started working out a little bit more, but it still wasn't like consistent. Alright, here is where part 2 comes in. So this is what I like to call my quarantine jump start. I don't know, when did quarantine start? All this crazy coronavirus stuff happened like late March or something. I remember it was like after my birthday. Stopped working because COVID kind of took my husband and I's job away. I finished my semester of school, so I didn't have school. My plan was to work, so I have all this time on my hands. At first, me and my husband were like just having fun. Jamin was golfing every day. I was doing more YouTube stuff, which I seriously loved. Just kind of doing whatever we wanted. I really felt an impression. I feel that I felt an impression from God to be like, hey, you need to start making some changes. You have time. Like, what are you doing? I don't even know what it was. I just was like, I'm gonna start working out every day. I'm gonna start eating better. Like, I want to go on this ride. I don't know. I think just quarantine itself just kind of pushed me into this, because it's like, you're not going to class every day, you're not extremely busy, like why not? Like, if there isn't a better time to start this than now. Like, you have all the time in the world. So that's, I guess, what motivated me to start exercising. I've always exercised, it just hasn't been consistent. So I like to call this my journey into consistently exercising and eating good. I think I started around mid-March. I just like started working out like 6 days a week and would rest on Sundays, and I started just not like counting calories or being super crazy with like my food, but just like being more aware and more cautious of what I'm putting into my body. Really, I mean, I wouldn't say I'm like a horrible overeater or like eat horrible things. Like, I'm always like trying to eat fairly healthy, but like I didn't really care if I had chips or ice cream or whatever, or the amount of times I had those things in a day. Like, I just didn't really care, which was kind of great, but at the same time, like, I do that for a while and then feel horrible about it. What I started to do was work out 6 days a week and just be more cautious of what I ate. So I wake up in the morning and drink water instead of jump right into breakfast, and that would tide me over during my workout. And then I just like think, okay, what's like the healthiest thing in my fridge that I could eat for breakfast, or you know what I mean, just be more cautious and stuff, like not overeating. That was like one of my huge things, was like, okay, you can still eat the things you love and you can indulge in sweets and stuff, but just don't overdo it. That was really my mindset, was like, okay, like you can have this, but have it in moderation. And then my other mindset was like, okay, ask yourself, are you actually hungry or are you just bored? So I was just being really mindful of all that, and it really, really helped me. I just really felt this need for a change in my life, and then I kind of just went for it. All right, so today's June 29th, and I kind of started consistently doing this like mid-March, so it's been about 3 months of this, and honestly it feels like a lot longer, but I am so dang proud of myself. All right, so now is like section 3, so like what I do and what I eat and stuff like that. When I started this consistency journey, I just started doing like YouTube workouts and workouts from people on Instagram that I liked and stuff. If you know me, you know I love Whitney Simmons and I love MadFit and I love they're pretty much it actually. I did a ton of their workouts, just like every day I'd go pick a workout and I'd make sure that it was like, I wouldn't just like randomly do crap, but like I'd be mindful of, like if I did legs one day, I wouldn't do it the next day obviously, but like I just kind of did random stuff, and I only exercised for like 15 to 45 minutes every day. I just go pick a workout off of Instagram or YouTube, and I do that 6 days a week, and then rest on Sunday. So that's what I did in the beginning. And then one of my best friends, she texted me and was like, hey, do you want to do this journal with me? And I was like, sure, what is it, you know? And she sent this to me, and it was actually from Clean Simple Eats, which I've heard as like a really awesome, I guess, program. I'm not really sure. I think it's like they have like some cookbooks and stuff, and it's all about like tracking your macros and things like that. And then they came up with this journal that you can print out, and it's called the Clean Simple Eats Challenge, and I finished this quite a while ago. Basically, I think it's 7 weeks, it's 49 days, and I did all 49. So basically every week you would take your measurements, and it was all about measurements. Like it didn't have you weigh yourself or anything, which I actually really liked, because I feel like people can get so obsessed with the scale and stuff. I would just keep like a little measuring tape thing in here and my markers to mark things off, and yeah, it's great. Every day there's a section for gratitude, affirmations, goals, and a to-do list. So I would do that part in the morning, and then that night I would write on the back side of the page, which has how many hours you slept, how you feel, how much water you drank, what your workout was, and then you have a food diary, and then below that you have your macro goal, and it has sections for calories, carbs, fats, proteins, fibers. When she texted me that, I was honestly like, when I read it and stuff, I was a little overwhelmed. I'm like, whoa, that's a lot. And then I was like, but you know what? Let me do it. Like, I'm going to do the journal. Like, I think that would be awesome for me to keep myself accountable. I decided I'd do the journal, but that I wouldn't do the macros. I just really wasn't interested in like keeping track of my food. I don't know what it is about me and food, but like I just love my food, and I don't want anyone or anything to tell me how much of it I can eat and what I can and cannot eat, and I just don't want to keep track of calories and proteins and like all this crap. Like I just was like, I don't want that. Like I just want to work out, be mindful of what I eat, and that's it. So that's pretty much what I chose to do. That just kind of kept me accountable. I'll talk more about this in a second, but for the past 4 weeks I've been doing Sarah's Day 8-week challenge. It's an ebook. It's been awesome. I'm on week 5 right now, and it's so cool. I love it. It's really hard actually. So basically she has like 2 different kinds of workouts that you do each week, and then you do like a challenge and some other stuff. She does these workouts called Sweaty Shredders and then Toning Power, and the Sweaty Shredder is a like HIIT workout, and there's 7 different exercises. You do each exercise for 30 seconds and 6 times in a row. And then Toning Power it's not as crazy as that. It's like a fewer workouts, and you do them for 1 minute each with like rest in between and stuff, and it's more focused on like building muscle, I guess, instead of cardio. I don't know. I don't really know what I'm talking about. I'm just doing it, okay? That's what I'm doing right now. What do I eat? I kind of still just eat whatever I want. I'm just being more mindful of it, like I said. Pretty much every single morning I will drink a protein shake and eat a banana. I'm serious, for like even before I started working out consistently, like I'd always have a protein shake in the morning. That's pretty much always what my breakfast looks like. And then for lunch, it just depends on the day. Sometimes I'm really busy and we're out and about together with my husband and we grab something from somewhere, and I'm always trying to like have the healthier version of stuff at like fast food restaurants. And I haven't been drinking hardly any soda. I'm just making conscious choices. I'm still just like, I don't know, eating whatever, I guess. When I plan meals at home, it's harder when you're going out to eat, but when we're eating at home, pretty much all I do is plan my grocery list, and I'll like search Pinterest for like healthy dinner meals and I'll make those. And so I don't put like a ton of effort into knowing exactly what's in the food I eat, which I probably should, but it's like, honestly, my mindset is that it's kind of like a little bit of a waste of my energy. And so yeah, maybe I can improve in that area, hopefully. But right now it's just me making conscious efforts about what I eat, and it's less about what I eat and more about like eating less of it, and more about like not overeating and drinking lots more water. So the last thing I want to talk about is how I stay motivated. So I already explained to you about the Clean Simple Eats journal. I did that. I'm not doing this anymore obviously because I finished it and wanted to try something new, but having something like this to hold you accountable, and to like when you're journaling about like your health and fitness every day and you go back and you look and you see what you ate that day and you're like, oh, that was gross. So even if you had like a bad day with exercise and eating, like I'd still write down all that stuff, and it's like, it just motivated me to do better the next day, you know what I mean? Because I loved doing this accountability journal from Clean Simple Eats so much, I just didn't want to do the same exact one again because I honestly was getting a little sick of it after 49 days. So I wanted to try something new, and I found this. This is like almost exactly like the Clean Simple Eats journal. This is called a Fitspiration journal. It's from Target. You can get it in the like exercise section where there's like water bottles and yoga mats and stuff like that. I love this so much. Okay, so I think this is like a 16-week journal, so it's got the same thing every day for 16 weeks. Here's what it looks like. Each day, 2 pages. The first thing on the page, you write the date, and it says, today I am grateful for. You write 3 things you're grateful for. My goal to live life fit today is, so you write your goals. One thing I appreciate about my strong bod today is, you write that. So I do those 3 sections in the morning, and then the rest of my journal I'll do at the end of the day before bed. These 3 boxes here, one's called Move, one's called Nourish, and one's called Reflect. The first one, Move, is your workout for the day, so you write what you did, and then it has a little box for the number of minutes that you worked out. Nourish is today's food, so you write all the food you ate, and then there's this little timeline looking thing. I'm so stupid, I have no idea what it's called. So it's your energy level, and it's from 0 to 10, so you just put a dot on the little timeline of how much energy you had that day. And the Reflect section is about your mood that day. So it has a smiley face, like a meh face with a flat mouth, and then a frowny face, so a sad face. So you circle kind of what your mood was, and then you can write about it. Below that, there's a water tracker. I don't know if you can see this. Okay, yeah, there's the water tracker. There's these little like water drop looking things, and what I do is just like outline them, and I usually do like 8 ounces per drop. I'm trying to get through this. Below that, they have a fit tip of the day, and this just has a bunch of different lines for journaling. Usually I just write kind of like how my day was, what I did, how I felt with my fitness and food. I really like this section because I really love journaling my life anyways, and so I've kind of used this as that kind of journal and my fitness journal. Then there's this box below the journal section that says, this inspires me. Last thing is this little square up in the corner. On each page they have like a quote of the day. This one's, do one thing every day that scares you, by Eleanor Roosevelt. I just love this journal. This is very motivating. Some other things that have been motivating for me, actually like purchasing some cute workout stuff and some fun things to get me started. I don't recommend going and buying a bunch of crap and stuff if you're not dedicated. When I first started, I was like, well, I can't go to the gym, I can't go to fitness classes because we're in freaking quarantine, and so I decided to go buy some like inexpensive equipment for me to use to work out. I'm learning now that you really don't need much equipment to work out at home, which is awesome. First started this little consistency journey. I headed to Walmart and I got some dumbbells. So here's 2 5-pound dumbbells. I think these were like $3 each. So I got a set of 5 and a set of 10s, and I've been loving these. I think the 10s were like $5 each. Something else that was kind of fun that I got was from Target. There we go. So this is Yoga Mat Spray Cleaner. It's lavender scented. I love it so much. I got this in the dollar section at Target. I don't think it was $1, I think it was $3. I just spray this all over my yoga mat and wipe it down with a paper towel, and it smells really good, and you'd be surprised what gross stuff comes off your paper towel after you've sweated and crap. The last product that I bought, it was like a couple weeks span where I just like buy these little things, but I got these booty bands off of Amazon. I was influenced by Kristen Johns to buy these because she's freaking cute, and also these are really cute. I love these. I'll put the link for these in the description box below. These are so cute. There's 3 different colors. A turquoise one, like a lavender one, a pink one, and they're all like different levels of resistance. These are freaking awesome. The booty workouts I've done with these, I'm like, yeah, that hurts. I love these because they're like cloth on the outside, and then on the inside they've got this little like grip strip on it. It stays in place and it like doesn't hurt your skin because they're soft. So yep. Last thing. Okay, so I don't recommend going out and spending like a bunch of money, but I have been so dedicated for like 3 months straight. I plan to keep going, that I just really wanted something and thought I deserved it. My Apple Watch. Oh, I love this thing so much. Never did I expect myself to buy an Apple Watch, but I don't know, I just really wanted one, especially for fitness. Like, that was my main reason for wanting one. My cutie husband was like hunting on Facebook for like days for me because he knew I wanted one so bad, and he also wanted one. And so we got my Apple Watch from someone off of Facebook Marketplace for, I think it was $160, and I think it's like version 3. This thing has been so motivating because literally you go to the exercise section and they have like every workout known to man, and then you just start the workout and it tracks your heart rate and your calories and how long you've been doing it, or if you're on a run, the distance, and it maps it all out and you can see where you went, and like, it's just so cool. That is super motivating as well. I wanted to talk about how motivating it's been to share my journey on social media. I know that's a very like vulnerable thing to do, and it was actually really hard for me to finally post about it. I decided to share my story on Instagram and like give updates every couple of weeks, and like the amount of love and support and like feedback that I got from my friends and my family and from strangers that I don't know, like, has been so rewarding. That really pushes me to keep going. If you have considered like sharing about your body image progression, or like your fitness progression, or just anything like that on social media, just do it. And if you're worried about people being annoyed with you, not liking what you posted, like, who gives a crap? Like, if they don't like it, they can just scroll on by. It's so awesome when someone messages you and tells you that you're the reason that they started exercising again, or you motivated them to eat better, or you motivated them to like change their lifestyle. Like, makes me want to cry. It's just so cool and so motivating, and just makes me want to keep going because I want to inspire people, and I'm not afraid to say that. Like, this is why I even started a YouTube channel, is because I want to be an influence on people, you know? And so that's what I'm trying to do, and I hope that it's working. It's really hard to finally do it and be vulnerable, but I promise you that if you do, that it's very rewarding and very weightlifting. So yeah. This really has just been my journey of accepting my body. It's been less about what I look like and more about how I feel. I think at first it was like about what I looked like and stuff, but then it turned into like this mental health journey more so than like a physical journey. And so that's been really cool for me to like realize. Yeah, it's been amazing. I don't know if anyone else who's watching is religious, through this journey have grown so much closer to God. And I just wanted to share that because it has been a huge part of my journey, and I would be lying if I said it wasn't. I just feel like I need to include that because that's been a huge part of this, is just feeling that impression to like make this change in my life. Accepting yourself and knowing that you're worthy, and it's just the best feeling. I just really highly encourage you guys, if you are religious, or even if you're not religious, or you believe in God, or I don't even know, if you are, just open your heart to him in prayer and just ask for strength and motivation, and he will give it to you. I think that's been a big part of this journey, is just God helping me realize my potential and realizing that literally I can do anything that I want to. I've had a lot of little hiccups along the way of me like being so dedicated, and then something happens in life where it makes it difficult for me to be as dedicated as I have been, and God's like, Aubrey, it's okay. Like, look how far you've come. Like, look at all this work you've done. Look how dedicated and diligent you've been. Like, this happened today, and my storage got full, so it stopped the video and I had to go delete some stuff. But yeah, I'm kind of grateful for that because I got to compose myself. So what I was saying is that I've really just felt God's hand in my life during this time of trying to accept myself in my body and all of that. Not only that, but accepting other things in my life that I don't have control over. You know, just personal stuff, family stuff, just everything. And I've just felt just this like guidance and like peace of mind that like I can do this. I can keep going and I can be consistent because I really, really do have this strong desire to do that. And I know that if I dedicate myself, which I have, that I will see results, not only physically, but mentally and emotionally. And that has been so, so good. Along with my journaling and my cautious eating and my fitness and exercise, I have been doing a lot of scripture study and a lot of prayer. I've been doing it every day the past 3 months as well, and so I've consistently done better spiritually and mentally and emotionally, along with physically, and that part is almost so much more rewarding and awesome than the physical part. I think I needed that more than I needed this physical change, and I think it took this physical change for me to notice that and realize that. Well, I hope all of this makes sense. This is my acceptance journey, and that's what I'm gonna call it. So I really, really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that this can motivate you to make a change in your life, whatever that may be, physical, mental, emotional, whatever. Please just know that if you're watching this, that I love you and I care about you. And if you have any questions for me, please contact me. My Instagram will be at the end of this video. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.